Sometimes the scariest things are found, not in the booming pronouncements of horror movies, but in the quiet corners of our minds. Grab a blanket, turn down the lights, and prepare to be terrified. We're about to descend into the chilling depths of five tales that will cling to you like shadows in the night. Are you ready to be truly disturbed? Imagine stepping into a new life, filled with hope and the promise of a fresh start. That's what our first story's protagonist felt when she moved into her quaint old house, but something sinister lurked beneath the surface. At night, the silence was broken by whispers, soft at first, like the rustle of leaves. She dismissed them as the house settling, but the whispers persisted, growing louder, more insistent. Then came the night the shadows moved, dancing, writhing figures that contorted on her walls. Panicked, she scrambled for the door, her heart pounding. The next morning, the house stood eerily silent, the woman gone, vanished without a trace. The dead can't speak, or so we tell ourselves. But what happens when the line between life and death blurs? John, a man leading an ordinary life, was about to find out. It began with a phone call late one night, the kind that sends chills down your spine. The voice on the other end was faint, distorted, yet eerily familiar. It was his old friend, pleading for help. John rushed to his friend's house, but a wave of unease washed over him. The next morning, the news hit him like a physical blow. His friend had died hours before his desperate call, but if his friend was already gone, who had called John? Mirrors, they're said to be portals to another world, reflecting not just our image, but also our deepest fears. Picture a young girl discovering an antique mirror in a dusty corner of a flea market. Intrigued by its ornate frame, she brings it home, unaware of the darkness she has invited. At first, the mirror seems ordinary, but soon she notices something amiss. Her reflection might hold a lingering smile when she's already let go, or its eyes might follow her movements just a moment too long. What starts as unease blossoms into full-blown terror as the reflection begins to act independently. One night, the reflection steps out of the mirror's confines, a twisted, malevolent doppelganger. The girl is never seen again, the mirror waiting for its next victim. The open road at night can be a lonely place, full of shadows and whispers of forgotten stories. Our next story takes us on a chilling ride with a taxi driver working the late shift. A man flags him down, his features obscured by the dim streetlights. The man gives short, clipped directions, his voice a low murmur. Every so often, the driver steals a glance in the rearview mirror, but each time the man seems to fade a little more. Fear claws at the driver's throat, a cold sweat clinging to his skin. Finally, they arrive at the destination, a desolate street bathed in the pale glow of a lone streetlight. The driver turns to inform his passenger, but the back seat is empty, a note reading, "Thank you for the ride. I haven't been able to find my way home since I died." What happens when the silence of a child hides something far more sinister than shyness? A couple longing for the joys of parenthood adopts a little girl from an orphanage. She's quiet, reserved, her silence a stark contrast to the happy chatter of other children. Her only solace is drawing, her tiny hands creating intricate pictures that belie her young age. But there's something unsettling about her artwork, filled with dark figures lurking in the shadows. Then one night, they find the girl standing in the hallway, her eyes wide with terror. "They're here," she whispers, her tiny finger pointing to the empty space beside them. The lights flicker, plunging the house into darkness. When light floods the hallway again, the girl is gone. The shadows grow longer, the air turns colder, and the echoes of these tales linger in the quiet of your mind. Which story will keep you up tonight? Its chilling images imprinted behind your eyelids. If you dare to venture further into the darkness, indulge your fear by giving this video a like and subscribing to my channel for more spine-chilling tales.